So if tomorrow, for example, all the things you assume about her don't come out, so you have already sworn an oath. And if tomorrow all the things she assumed about you doesn't happen, you have already sworn an oath. So you will not just say, I'm walking out. God doesn't walk in and out like that. He's a spirit. Because right now, it's not two that married. It's actually three that married. Many times when we couple marriages, we say it's a marriage between a male and a female. It's not so. A marriage is actually a coupling between a male, a female, and a spirit. It is the spirit component that makes it a covenant. And if you study Ecclesiastes chapter 4 from verse 12, the Bible said a threefold cord cannot be easily broken. It said one man may be overwhelmed. He said two men could fight. He said but a threefold cord. So a marriage is a threefold cord. And the only thing that can bring the integrity of God into this marriage, which is why it will work in the first place, is because there is a third cord. And that cord will not be part of it except as there's covenant. And so if you know that what is uniting you today is not a feeling, you will start this journey and begin to undermine your feeling while you prioritize God. If you know that this union today is not built on the assumptions you have made, as you go forward, your assumption will no longer define your commitment to one another. Because you will discover again and again that those assumptions will die down. And every time you see that your assumption failed, you will remember there is another spirit that is part of this union. And that spirit did not come into this union because you have assumptions. That spirit did not come into this union because you have feeling. That spirit came into this union because you swore an oath within the premise of a covenant. I'm telling you why divorce is not a casualty in a marriage. Because the order of the day in the world now is divorce. And the reason divorce is predominant in marriages is because marriages are contracted on the basis of feelings. Marriages are contracted on the basis of assumption. And so when feelings and assumptions fail, they think marriage has ended. Marriage begins after feelings and assumption. Marriage begins with covenant. Because the spirit that coupled this marriage together only respect covenant. He has no regard for your feelings. Your wife may offend you. That spirit will tell you, apologize. He doesn't care whether you like it or not. Your husband may offend you and that spirit say apologize. He doesn't care whether you like it or not. You may discover that some of the things you thought will happen will not happen. When you lock yourself in the bedroom and you are done crying, you will come back and honor your husband. Because the spirit has no regard for what you feel. Your feeling is for both of you. It will add flavor to your union. But what God sees is the oath that you took. Because the marriage began from covenant. So love in the kingdom is covenant. This is not a joke. We are watching movies, we are on the internet every day, and we are learning marriage from Kardashians. The Kardashians don't understand what marriage is. Marriage began in Eden. It's older than man. You are watching marriage from artists and with tattoos all over their body. It doesn't begin on the beach. I know you go for honeymoon. When you come back to covenant. And if it's covenant that defines this union, know now that you don't have a choice. Your will was weaved into the oath that you took. And so now, the one who determines how it runs is the one that predicted the covenant. His name is Abba. I will say some strong things. That's why I'm beginning like this. And the last thing I will consider here today is your feelings. Not because it's not important. It will add flavor to your union. But your feeling is not potent enough. It doesn't have the integrity for this union to be built on it. Your feelings are too shallow. They are too unpredictable for a spirit to commit himself to it. You that wake up today, you are happy. Tomorrow you are angry. You think a spirit will come from heaven, a king spirit, and merge himself to you on the basis of your feeling. It's a joke. So thank God for the beautiful makeup. That's not what will keep the marriage working. You know, nowadays in marriage seminars, they teach women to do good makeups and wear skimpy things. Ask the married. They will tell you that it's deeper than skimpy things. If it is based on skimpy things, it will work before the first pregnancy. After the first pregnancy, even the women knows that the moment the stomach protrudes, they will need to wear overall. Because it's not a feeling-based reality. The reason you will continue is because it's covenant. Samson is laughing because he knows some of those things now by experience.